take what we've got here and come up with a plan and everything, and the pad office writes it for us. So that's why I need to know if we're gonna move forward on this. Now, if something bad happens next month when we decide we're not gonna pursue this, that's fine. I can tell him, stop what you've got. And he'll just save it for some other time.
If you don't improve the restrooms out there, they're eventually going to be shut down because they don't meet standards. So here's an opportunity to get a grant. And it should be voted on to take it and try to get it.
Is this grant include doing the restrooms?
Yeah.
The one over there.
Yeah, we're already voted to improve one of the restrooms. It's gonna have a place to park, it's gonna have a way to get to it, it's gonna have stuff around it. We've already done that. That's what's gonna be done.
If you go to baseball games and you go to soccer games to different parts in Western Kentucky, you'll come to parks that the restrooms are locked up. And the reason they're locked up is because they don't meet ADA standards. Okay? Them restrooms was built out there. Yes, inside is about 95%, but the outside never was fixed right. Now, you can either pay for it through the fiscal court, or you can apply for the grant and help pay for it. But for 10 years, the restrooms have been out there, sitting out there, and you can't even get in them with a wheelchair. I didn't invite anybody in the courtroom to take a wheelchair out there and try to get across that gravel to get in the restroom.
Well, we've done voted to fix that.
I realize, but sooner or later,
At one of them.
if you don't fix the other one, the state will end up shutting that one down.
Well, let's get a price on fixing another one.
There you go, point there. I mean, to have a softball game, baseball game for the schools, how you've got by without fixing them restrooms for handicapped people, I don't know. Because the High School Association for Athletics requires parking and restrooms to be fixed for ADA. So here's your opportunity to try to apply for a grant or start paying for it out of your pocket.
What it comes down to is if we're
We're
really,
going to end up going to have to pay some anyway, worth 50% or all of it.
if
That
we're,
one restroom going to be shut down.
if we're going to pursue to fix like this is drawn up here, we've got two options. We can apply for a grant, try to get it all done at once, or we can piecemeal it. Either way, if we're going, for sure going to piecemeal it, we're going to pay out over time more than we would if we got the grant. I think what we're having trouble swallowing is next year, if we get this grant, are we ready to throw another $75,000 at it in 1 year? And that's what we've got to decide here, because, I see the court, we've already voted to spend 15 to 20 this year. I can see the court doing that again next year to fix the next bathroom. And then again, because I think all of us want it to be the best park we can have, but it's just, do we want to throw in $75,000 next year or not? And get it all done. I can see the value in going for the grant. If we don't get it, then we're back to square one of piecemealing. And then our basic thing we'll decide then is, do we do the soccer field next, or we go over there to the baseball area and do it next? That would be the questions you'd have to answer as we piecemeal through this.
Well, if you piecemeal it, you're going to eventually, probably the priority is to get people up them ramps to the restrooms. So anyway you go, you're going to spend $25,000, $30,000 at a time to fix each one of these. They need to be fixed. Yes, we have a beautiful park out there.
The one by the soccer field is the one you've already voted to fix. So we're talking about the one by the baseball fields, the Little League.
To go in there and wind out the concrete.
Basically the same thing we're doing the other one. And give that way for the people that, if you're at that softball field, you can't get to the concession stand if you're in a wheelchair.
Mike, can I come up there a minute?
Sure.
I understand, I mean, yeah, I understand that.
If you look at this green from this sidewalk, that hooks them together. That's not very much. That's probably about 350 feet length of the baseball field below. You're not talking about that much money. To hook from here, come through here, come through here, be able to come through here. In other words, a person can park right there and can get to right there with a wheelchair.
What you got your finger on is
That's the baseball concession. the one
This
that's-
green is a sidewalk that connects them. If you connect this, you have got both restrooms connected. And very little concrete. It's probably about 5.5 square foot. Square foot. And, you know, you're talking about $13,000-14,000 to fix this. That hooks it all together. I mean, if you take time to look, what he's talking about here, you voted on last month. But if you hook this little bit right here, that hooks it all, makes them all. From that parking lot, it's like you go into a stadium. You're gonna watch a ball game. Might be only a certain parking lot that you can get into, but you'll be able to get to anywhere. So, you know, sooner or later, you've got to fix this, close it up.
What you think would be the best if we hadn't started on this project that we voted on so far? If we was to hold off on it and wait on the grant and try to get in, and you'd rather do that? You think
Now, one of them can be fixed.
Yeah, we don't.
You're in violation, you're in violation out there right now, with not having none of them. But, with them both being out there, you need to connect them both, where you can go from anywhere in this park by wheelchair to get in this restroom or this restroom. And with this being already done, this parking lot, you have met ADA standards. Now, you can keep putting having parking spots everywhere. But to bring it up to standard for this restroom and this restroom, that strip, and around that little bit right there.
And if we apply for this grant and we don't get it, what he's saying is that could possibly be your next piecemeal to connect those two together.
A lot of people goes out there and walkers and wheelchairs.
Well, I know people don't have kids that don't go out there, I know it don't concern me. But I have one job that goes out there.
Bob, you ever seen anybody in a wheelchair out there trying to get ready? Okay.
Bobby does concern them too, when it gets started.
But I mean, you gotta be made able to access the handicap. I understand that.
Yes, sir. But like he said, it's one we're not done shut out.
So what do y'all want to do?
Did you make the
You
motion?
want to try for the resolution? Try for the grant with this resolution? Oh, did you make a motion on?
Well, I think something I made it was asking a question all at the same time, I guess.
Well, give me a,
If we, I guess I'm trying to see what we can do. So,
You got another thing? I believe in fixing it, so,
well, then
let's make a motion.
the cheapest way to do it would be to get a grant, this is paying for half of it.
But you don't know.
Which we don't need that much to do phase 1 and 2. And, you know. And you've got leeway to use pavement if you need to versus concrete. My preference is concrete, but. So it may not, I don't expect it to be 75,000 on our part, because it's not gonna cost that much to do phase 1 and 2.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Well, what's all this right here, up here,
That's to do everything, including the,
280,000?
that's to do the red walkway, which is long-term plan.
Well, I will say this, everything we've ever done, here it is, says 120 to 135. We have never done anything yet that didn't cost a lot more. And I don't know whether it will ever not.
But that's got a 5% contingency plan. So there's about 12,000 added to it in case they're off a little. Would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. To accept the resolution and pursue the grant. Okay. Motion made by Bobby to accept the resolution and pursue the grant to include phase 1 and phase 2, which is the blue and the green. Is there second by Danny? Any more discussion?
Now, that's gonna be beyond what we've done, gonna spend, right?
Yes.
We've done both.
This doesn't count what we did last year.
And we don't even know what that's gonna be. Do we?
No. All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay.
Nay?
Okay, did you say aye? Okay, that passes 3-1 to pursue the grant. Interfund transfers. Is there a motion to accept the interfund transfer?
So moved.
Motion by Bobby. Second by Danny. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Unanimous. Transfers. Regular transfers. Is there a motion?
What was that?
The regular transfers.
Oh, okay. Move to
Danny. Seconded by me. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay.
I said aye.
Okay. The next one is the finance officer's report.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Motion by Bobby,
Second.
second by Danny. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Unanimous. Treasurer's report.
You want to tell us about this, okay, Christie? Oh, come on.
She's not the treasurer.
Oh, that's right. Pardon me.
What is the day? The 12th?
Tomorrow's a bad day again. Too quick.
Is there a motion on the treasurer's report? Danny moved to accept it, seconded by Bobby. All those in favor on the treasurer's report say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. That passes. Bobby did. Claims. Are there any claims that you need to move to not pay?
I want to ask you, do you charge from the courthouse, or where do you charge from when you travel? turned in one once, and they said mine was from the house and all this and that, and deducted it. I never heard of that before till then, but I deducted the 12 miles off of it, so we're all right. I thought it was, everybody tells me you're supposed to deduct it from the courthouse.
Any claims that do not need to pay, that you want to vote to not pay?
What about this, gator we got?
That's a gator that was split between the county and the Diamond Club, which is in charge of baseball and softball out at the park. When we had our Ford Bronco go down, that's what we used at the park. The transmission went out on it during the last snowstorm, not the one before the last one. We used that to haul stuff around, to move stuff, and they had been wanting a gator, and I thought it would be best to spend, what was it, $2,200 or so, to split with them. They're going to use it at night for working on the fields and whatever. We're using it during the day. It's turned out to be a really good thing. The guys are able to get a lot of things done and load stuff up, take it to the thing, drag your fields. So it's turned out to be a pretty good little thing.
Which pot did that come out of?
That's part.
I thought we were running too short on it now. I thought you said we was running close on it.
No,
There's 24 there, and new rails on the fence. What about that?
the rails are for the safety of the bleachers out there.
Okay. Had that, man. Okay, there it goes.
All right, any motions to not pay a bill? Clerk, if you just show that the bills are deemed to be paid. Clerk's reports. Now you can ask her to do it for you.
Do a report. That's all right. I'll make the motion to accept.
Motion to accept the clerk's report by Steve, second by Danny. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. That passes. Sheriff's report.
We have to prove this.
Yeah, I guess by law we have to approve it.
Subject to all.
It doesn't mean you're approving of him, it's just his report.
Move to set.
Seconded by, motion by Danny. All those in favor? All right, I need a second. I need to slow down.
Second hand.
Second by Steve. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay. Steve's done voted. Here for magistrates.
All I wanted to say is, good job for the county road department. I thought they done a very nice job. And I commend them.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'd like to talk to them, what is it I need to say? About, like down in my district, I wasn't really satisfied down there because I was late getting it done, but I was wondering if there's some way that I could have a say-so over who we hire. I mean, I'd be willing to come to you and ask you if it'd be all right to hire John Doe in an emergency like we had this time.
You can always suggest people, I mean,
Well, I know, but I ain't really ever done much good with it. I'd be willing.
well, who did you suggest this last night that I hired?
Oh, I didn't know anybody. I didn't even know who you hired. But I know some other things you did. If I can, I'd like to do it because I know some other guys that would really like to have it work.
All you gotta do is tell me who they are, and it would help if it's before the storm.
Well, I'm gonna try to have it unless it's tonight. I've got to check and make sure they want it.
Anything else?
Yeah, I got.
Yes, sir.
I'm like Bobby, I think everybody done a good job with the situation in the snow and so forth. And not all of them, people like they all go, people don't work on it. I went to a Lyon County Water Board meeting here the other day, and they asked me to convey through our meeting that we're gonna put new radio meters, in the meter boxes. This is supposed to help them save time with their doing. They've got some grants for this, and also we're gonna replace the water lines in and around Ellis Shores, and they've got grants or something for that, so I told them I would. And last month, we did, Tom and Nathan put up new cameras out there, so just want to say thanks to them. And not least, if you buy, I say this every week, and I've been here, I think, if you buy a new vehicle out of the county, it's free, you can bring it to our county, the license, tax, and what we have to do, because we get money off of a certain percentage of it. If it's just $2, it don't cost anybody to get anything. So I had a little trouble. I bought our son one in Indiana, and had a little trouble getting it. It was partially my fault. Then we had a little more trouble. Long story short, they did get just a small amount of money out of it. So if we do that, it would help. That's all
I want to thank, we had our Emergency Operations Center set up over at the EMS during this last snow and the other one. But we had, state police was working out of there. Of course, the sheriff and them were working with us, Edible Police Department, all the way to all the road crews. The fire department was there, rescue, both fire departments. We were able to get the National Guard here, which was an incredible help. They went and were able to help a lot of people get where they were going or wherever it may be. We had National Guard directors that could pull semis. So it got a little chaotic over there every now and then, but our emergency manager, Bob Langley, when he wasn't there, Brother Jack Larwer come in and sit in his place. Jamie Green, Randy Reed, all of them did a fantastic job. So I just want to give a shout out to all those guys and gals that worked so hard.
They had a lot of problems with that truck stop, you know.
Yeah.
We were out doing a radio hose, we had to go crushing. And they, you know, they was full of it. I mean, they was full, and they just kept going and to get up the road. We had to go out like we was going into the Oasis and come around and back around.
Yeah.
Grant said he was tired.
Yeah, Kent had the station
They
deputy there just to keep moving in and out.
Yeah, we come back, it's our,
Anything else, guys?